What is your hurry? Why such a haste? Such a full diary, no time to waste. Slow down a little, slow down. What is your hurry? Why you rush so? You're making so much money, so many places to go. What is your hurry? Why go so fast? Your life is such a flurry. Your pace is such a blast. Slow down a little, slow down. Don't miss out on the scenery around you in your zeal for world domination. Don't overlook the people who love you in exchange for a lonely destination. Slow down a little, slow down. Slow down and look around. Slow down, my busy friends, slow down. Keep your head to the sky and your feet on the ground. Slow it down, slow it down. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to share a few more of my poems with you, and I'm going to TED Talk them through. So if you just give me a chance to get through all of them, and at the end, be nice, I welcome an applause, if you're minded to do so. Well, people counting profits when what really counts? People. Mind the gap. Mind the gap between the rich and the poor. If nothing else done, it will extend even more. The rich live on excess island in the middle of the deprived sea, when the wealth of the world is enough to satisfy and more than satisfy everybody. If wealth is distributed, then wealth will increase. If there is no social justice, there can be no peace. So now, I'm very pleased to look out into this audience and see some youngsters, some students. Sometimes we call them pupils. I'm glad you take them. Any opportunity you get to take your youngsters, your children, the young ones in your charge to any public event, to expose them to these things, bring them out. So this is dedicated to the young people in the audience and the young people all across the world. Sometimes we call you pupils. There's a reason for that. You're learning, we call you pupils. It's because you're in the middle of the I, EYE, and you're always engaged in education, whether it's in a school setting or the education of life. And whilst you're in that EYE, let me just tell you what it means. EYE, enjoy your education. Enjoy it. It's beautiful. And be educated all through your life. And let me just do a little poem for you called Stand Up. It doesn't really require you to stand up because you're standing in your heart. It's a posture of standing. You can do it, so don't give up. Don't sleep away your dreams, you must wake up. Speak out your ambitions, do not shut up. Your feelings and ideas, do not lock up. Express yourself, you must get up. And when you're learning in class, it's best to sit up. In this race called life, you must keep up. And for your principles and rights, you must stand up. So arise, young people, arise. Full time, you realize that the best in life you can achieve. So don't ever compromise. Awake, young people. Open your eyes. No time to listen to negative lies. Keep a positive vision alive. You're uniquely created, this is true. And no one else can carry through that special mission you were put here on earth to do. So step up and claim your great destiny. Embrace it with your soul and all your energy, because this great destiny rightfully belongs to you, to each of you. Dedicated to all the students. I think at this point I put on my spectacles, because some of you might be mocked for different reasons. I tell you this, some they might even look at you and call you a geek. If they look at you and call you a geek, just remind them The geek shall inherit the earth. Just tell them that. Well, they usually associate poetry with romance. So we're going to throw a few little love poems in there. I'm inspired by many poets. Paul Laurence Dunbar, Maya Angelou was mentioned, Shakespeare. Let's choose a poet from this country, Shakespeare. Beautiful poet. Wrote a lot of sonnets. 18th sonnet was, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? I thought I'd, appropriate that poem and sort of give it a by now, you should be able to work out from my accent that I'm Jamaican. Some of you would have worked it out. I still, I have a very strong accent. I've insured it against loss and damage. And, well, it's responsible for the lion's share of my wealth. So I've got to hold on to it. A cultural capital. Shakespeare talked about this business of, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? And I thought, taking it back to Jamaica, it's not really going to work out as a lyric. Because almost every day is a summer's day. It's not very special. I had to find something very special in my culture. And I thought of storms and hurricanes. And I love storms and hurricanes because despite what we think about them, without storms and hurricanes, we all die because they're responsible for the forces and geographical forces of kind of replenishing the oceans and so on so that we can live, we can continue to live. And even in their destruction, they ruin things. And then we have to rebuild. And I think that's what we all need to do, rebuild. The way we build, there's no such thing as good building. There's only good rebuilding. And so, but the problem with us is that when we rebuild, we always rebuild it in the way it was before. Doesn't help. So, and I think this is the nature of a woman anyway. They want to rebuild things better. Shall I compare thee to a tropical storm? Thou art more forceful and warm. You renew my life and clean my soul. You take my parts and you make me whole. To compare thee to a storm is insane. Thou art the eye of a hurricane. And that's very deep because some of you are sitting there. I see you waiting with bated breath. You say he was going to do a sonnet, 14 lines. Well, when I'm writing poems about love, I think the less said, the better. Get yourself in trouble. You go on too long. So, so for example, my poem, The Woman's Mouth, my poem. Woman, I love your fullness of your lips. How they optimize your smile, characterize your sulk, accentuate your pout. This is what I'm talking about. I love the majesty of your mouth. Or ABC, you are ABC, you are ABC, a beautiful creation. And let me just close with Cast Your Cares, dedicated to all of you out there who have so many cares, and you care for others, and sometimes you wonder who cares for you. You're there for everybody, but who's there for you? Cast your cares. You don't always have to be all right for everybody all the time. Sometimes you should express the worries occupying your own mind. It sends a message to others so they know you're a mortal too and that they too can comfort you when you are feeling blue. You're there for everyone always, and on your spirit they feed. But who returns your generosity in your hour of need? Don't let them sap your energy. Don't let them suck you dry. Sometimes just have a breakdown and let them wonder why. Let them love you. Let them love you despite your weaknesses. They've drawn on your strength for far too long. Make them aware that even you have crises. And for you too, sometimes things go wrong. And never fear to cast your cares on the one who is always true. Do rest assured in the knowledge of God's love for you. Thank you very much. Thank you.